welcome to the Debrief 3. Think. Woo-hoo. With me, Miss Laura.
Miss Sarah.
And Miss Hannah.
Lovely. Okay, so as you can see, we're in a different location this week because we got sick in our last location.
It was the tables.
Yes.
Yeah. You all made fun of our desks.
Yes, we responded to the feedback and we've moved to basically an abandoned building. So we've moved to this building now, sofa. So hopefully it's the new location.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think it's quite nice.
Yeah. We get the AC working because I am sweating. Even with that fan in the corner, I am sweating. What about you, Sarah? Are you sweating?
No, I'm pretty good, but then I'm the closest to it.
And she's super. Like she's
different breeds.
I know.
Okay, so this week we're going to start off with an icebreaker question.
Ooh.
Okay, so stop fiddling with the mic.
I'm sorry. There.
Anyway, so icebreaker question is: would you rather speak every language in the world or talk to animals? So, Sarah, you start us off. Put you on the spot.
Oh,
quickly.
Man, I like both. Okay, talk to animals because I love animals.
Ooh.
Oh, okay, interesting.
Not that I don't love people, but but that's a good one too.
But I don't.
Fair enough, though.
No, animals, yeah.
No, definitely speak every language.
Yeah,
Oh.
I agree.
Like, I'm trying to learn Greek, and it's so hard.
Same.
And if we could speak every language, like,
so easy.
know.
I think, right, this was brought up actually in my class. We did this in my class actually, that's why I'm saying it. The kid said, if you see humans every day, so being able to speak a language would be quite useful if they didn't speak English.
That's true. Yeah.
I thought that was quite a good point. So
Yeah.
I was like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, because you might not see animals every day. That's a good
No,
point.
Exactly.
But I just think, Snow White, that was a pretty cool superpower.
With the birds.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. But then did animals understand what you're saying? Or do you understand what they're saying to you?
Well, I assumed when you said it.
Yeah, because if you can talk to animals, they can talk to us, right?
Yeah, but do you understand what they're saying?
Speak them.
Because then do you speak
But yeah,
animal?
if you speak their language, you'd understand. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I'm thinking really deeply into
I know
this.
we are.
Well, I hope so, because otherwise I'm going to change my answer.
Oh, sorry. sorry. Let us know what you think.
Yeah.
Let us know what you think in the comments. This week we're going to be talking about red flags in school, teacher icks, and bad experiences. So we'll start off with red flags first. Just get them out of the way. What is your biggest red flag in a school? So if you were to go to a school and you notice something, what would be your red flag? We had to explain actually what a red flag was to Sarah. So yes.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, but someone else start just because I kind of forgot.
Oh,
Hannah will start.
not that you had all week. Fair.
I prepared the other ones and I forgot about the red flag.
Hannah, what's your biggest red flags in school?
So I have two, and I think I will share both. Yeah.
Yes, yes, go ahead.
So for me,
Sarah doesn't have any.
Sarah has none. So I think book looks is definitely one. So I've had it before where we had to have our books all ready, and the school secretary would come and give us a number, and if it was like 17, we would give child number 17 on the registered books, and the head teacher would make sure we were using the marking policy. And it just felt like we were being so micromanaged that we had the marking policy, but they didn't trust us enough to be like, you know what, they're doing a good job.
Yeah.
They can just follow the scheme and do it. And I get that it was preparing us for inspectors or whatever, but it's just no, I think it's just.
But what if you didn't follow the marking scheme or marking policy thing?
So we got feedback then on it. So they would come and be like, no, your marking is not up to standard, or so it just the constant pressure is. Yeah. My other one is if student teachers or volunteers are not allowed in the staff room.
That's mine.
I think that
Really?
big red flag.
That's never happened to me, but
one of my placements we weren't allowed in the staff room, and it was just
that's crazy.
no. It was, if anything we needed to know, our mentor would come and tell us. It was no, you're not part of our school, so you don't need to be in the briefing in the morning. You don't need to be in the staff room. So it was me and another girl from our uni. We just sat in my classroom and ate lunch on our own.
There was no place for you.
No, they didn't. They were like, no, you don't exist. You're not here.
That never happened to me.
I know.
But
Oh,
I know
sad,
people. I know people that's happened to.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
We
That
just
is
sat on our
mine.
own and had our own lunch.
Aw.
I don't know if I can say this, but from another person's perspective, they said they got put in a cupboard, literally a cupboard,
cupboard.
like a store. Yeah, they ate their lunch in the store.
Oh dear.
You're meant to
Wow.
welcome, like,
I know. Because eventually they could be the ones you employ. I think the schools not think that when they get like a placement student in, it's like one day you might need us.
Yeah.
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 That was mine, actually.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
It's okay.
I have more
It's
X.
still
I have
your
more.
red flag.
I have more X than
Okay,
red
you can-
flags.
I've got one though.
Okay,
Before I
go
forget.
ahead. Go ahead, Sam.
Oh yeah. So one of the placements I was on, it was you had to, for every single subject, you had to have a written piece of evidence for work.
Oh,
Yeah.
And that was really like hard because some subjects it's they're talking, it's group work, it's an activity or whatever, but it had to be a written piece.
Yeah.
And that just killed the joy for some of the kids, especially
Yeah.
ones who really struggled or had learning difficulties. So then that was something else. We also, I think, we ran out of paper too, so it was like, well, obviously.
You're not saving the environment there, are you? No,
Yeah.
absolutely not.
I know. And on that, like another red flag is like skills that give you amount of paper that you're allowed to use. Like not like okay, black and white should be unlimited, whatever, but like and color I get. I understand that is totally fine. But it's like I've been in schools where we had to buy our own paper and like bring our packet of paper. Like bring the paper to the photocopier. Like I would count out 24 sheets of paper, bring it, put it in the photocopier.
And imagine if you'd made a mistake.
Yeah, then that was it. Or somebody else would come and they would start that button just as you put your paper in. That was always happened. And I was like, my paper.
Oh no.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I know.
That's mad. Well, my red flags were that the student teachers weren't allowed in the staff room because that was literally mine. So yeah.
That's not.
I just think that says so much about the school, but.
Well, I was always scared of staff rooms going in because
me too.
I was used to
I never really went in them, to be honest. I mean,
I didn't want to be in, but
no,
it'd be nice to be invited.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's the extra.
Well, I was in the school, they didn't even have a staff room, so.
What do you mean?
They didn't have a staff room. Like, they just. It was small.
So where did they congregate?
In someone's classroom.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
kind of cute.
I actually quite liked it.
Yeah.
I'd always have lunch with my mentor and we just chat.
Yeah.
That was quite nice actually.
That's
Yeah,
nice.
I quite liked it. But well, you could go to the office because there was a table in the office.
Oh.
But yeah. The woman who worked in the office was a legend though. Shout out. Can I say her name?
If you know who she's talking about.
Yeah, if you know, you know. You know. Right, we'll move on to X.
I think so.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'll start with mine.
Yeah, start.
Because it's very crazy. So when you walk into a classroom and there's so many, I'm just gonna say it, motivational quotes around the room. I don't mind a couple. I don't mind a couple.
Yeah.
I don't like. You're just bombarded with them. You're like, are these really for the kids? Are they for you? Type thing.
So that doesn't motivate you then in any way?
No. When I read a quote like, "Oh, believe in yourself," I'm like,
I feel like if you're gonna do that, put one up and then change it.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
yes.
Like have a quote of the week.
Quote of the week. I like that.
That's nice.
Not like a million of them around the room. It drives me. Oh.
But do the kids just spend all day reading it? They must.
I
Like
mean,
get distracted, be like, oh,
Yeah.
If I was a student, I definitely would have been reading.
Oh, me too.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
I know them off by heart, all of them, every single one.
Like you do verse of the week, do you know?
Yeah.
Andrea
But-
does it. Shut up.
Yeah. No, we're going through a book. Because I remember when I was in primary school, we learnt John 14. I can still say it. But like, it was so nice because you just knew the next verse followed on the next, and then they keep repeating it. So I feel like we learned that quite well. So we're doing John 1.
Lovely.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah,
no,
they're doing very well.
That's nice.
Oh.
Anyway, that's one of mine. Yours.
My
list.
Yes, I do. My icks, no name on worksheet.
What's yours?
No name on worksheet.
100%.
I just forget.
100%.
Drives me crazy.
Yes, it really does.
And I always say first thing as well, put your name on the sheet.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah. But
I
they
say
don't
that
listen.
too. Yeah,
Listen,
yeah.
No. Why would they listen?
No.
Science test today. 4 kids, no name. I was like, do you want your mark? No.
And then, well, it's all right if you know the class, then that's
Yes.
fine. But then, especially in the beginning, you don't know their handwriting yet,
Yeah.
you know, and so
And
you
they
can't work
don't
it
know
out.
their handwriting.
Yeah.
Some of them are similar, though.
Yeah,
Some of them are
that's-
similar.
Yes.
Yeah.
Another one, no tucking in chairs.
It's annoying. And then the tables go out.
Yeah.
Mhm. Wee gaps.
I know.
Can't be having them.
And then they annoy each other because they can't get past.
Yeah.
Because my tables are like, it's like an E. Capital E is pretty much how my desks are laid out. So the middle table, they constantly don't push their chairs in, and then they can't. I'm like, oh, just push chairs in. Like, I don't push. Oh.
The only thing I've noticed that gets them to do that is if you say, right, when you're done, stand behind your chair, then they have to push it, but you have to keep remembering to do that, and then eventually it's like they just do it automatically.
Yeah.
You know, that's a good one. Another one. Sorry,
just keep going with you.
Sorry, I have to get there fast.
This is the Miss Sarah moment.
Books, not putting books back, but putting like pages so you can't see the name of the book.
Oh yes.
Or like just randomly sticking a book like on top, or just randomly on a shelf. You know.
Oh, you'd cry if you've seen my book.
You would cry. Oh,
Well, I have
Sarah,
someone
please come and sort mine out. Just like.
Well, I have a child now that does it for me. Like their job is to tidy.
That's good. Yeah.
Just tidy it because I don't want to.
Yeah.
But on a non-student note, more of teacher colleague, I would say if you're in a cold country, kettle. So like, you know, whenever you come in, you just have like a time slot. You just like every second counts. I need to run in, get a cup of tea, run back, you know, and then you just pick up the kettle. It's empty. And I'm just like, you know, like it would have been amazing if the person before it just filled it, you know. And sometimes I then fill it a little bit, and then I just switch on if the staff room's busy, because I think, you know, like I would like that.
I know.
But yeah, that's always. And then you're like, this kettle's gonna take ages to boil, and if you're in a warm country, ice cubes. So like when they don't refill the trays, you know. But maybe that's because people think, oh, someone else will do it, you know.
Yeah.
So, but then that's not so big. I mean, if you go without ice,
I think that's just
very
petty from Sarah.
Sorry.
Right.
Yeah.
Enough from you.
Yes. I have a few as well.
Yeah.
My biggest ick, and it has to be from teaching grade 1. It's a two-parter. When they give me their banana to peel for them, and the banana is squished because it was in the bottom of their bag, and I have to like, no, literally, it's squished, and I have, I can't even, and I'm like, every time, I'm like, or, do you know when the kids can't open their biscuit or their chips?
No, the fribs get me.
And they have tried, so it's sweaty, it's wet, they put their mouth in it to try, and they're like, oh miss, can you just open this? But, no.
I hate fribs.
Oh, fruits.
What are fruits?
Oh, it's a UK thing.
Is
they
it?
don't have fruits here. The yogurts, like the packet yogurts, and you cut the top and you drink it.
Oh.
But it's always, miss, my fruit is first.
No, one.
I'm like, no.
This was like a couple of years ago. A kid like opened it and it exploded, and it went in my bag and everything. It went everywhere. I was like, oh.
In your bag?
Yeah, it went on my bag.
Oh.
No.
The stain's still there, actually. You can still see it.
And when they come, be like, miss, can you tie my shoelace? Shoelace is wet, but it is not raining outside. Huh? Why is your shoelace wet? Why? Multiple times in grade 1, miss, tie my shoelace. Shoelace is wet.
This is why we're in grade 5 and 6.
No, literally, I'm so glad I moved up to grade 3 this year because I can't.
But you know what? Something happened to me today that's just I blanked it from my memory. Had to desperately go to one of the toilets, but the ones that the kids use downstairs, right?
No.
And there was liquid on the floor. I was like, whatever, you know, it's my shoes, whatever, it doesn't care, it doesn't matter. Dropped my phone on the floor.
No.
I ran to the office, got hand sanitizer, and just doused it with my phone on my phone.
That's disgusting.
That
is vile.
No, that's bad.
So it even happens to grade 5 or 6 teachers.
Yeah, no. I think as well, an ick for me is going to the photocopier and there's no paper, or somebody has printed like a whole lot of tests, or they printed something and they leave like 2 or 3 sheets and you print it. I'm like, why? And it always is me. I feel like I constantly.
Do you know what? I'm sorry. I'm guilty of that. I forget to reload it.
That doesn't even surprise me in the slightest.
Because
but
to me,
it makes a beeping
then
noise.
sometimes when you're in a hurry.
Well, yeah, if it's empty, I would, but I wouldn't think of like.
She just runs off. Hi.
I have done that before when it's jammed and I needed to go somewhere.
I ran into you yesterday.
I am the person that unjams our photocopier. Literally.
Thank you.
You
are amazing.
Multiple people
yesterday morning,
yes, Miss Hannah, she knows how to unjam it. Yeah, yesterday I unjammed it for you. Yeah.
I didn't know what to do.
Yeah. Several other teachers who I will not name
They know who they are.
They know who they are.
They know who they are.
If I've ever unjammed the photocopier for you.
Well, I'm one of them,
welcome.
so I'm
I'm
sorry.
very thankful.
You're so
Hannah.
welcome.
Very thankful. Can I say one of mine?
Yeah, go for it.
Right. This is like when they do their work and they don't have a capital letter and full stop.
Oh,
No, it just drives me crazy.
when the sentence goes on forever and ever and ever and ever. And
Oh, when they put and. The dog was doing this, and then the dog did this.
No,
and
me,
then...
it's starting sentences with because.
Oh yes.
Always,
Yeah,
always.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah.
But I feel like they've learned how to use the word and, wonderful, join a sentence, all those conjunctives, yes.
We love a conjunction.
But
Really?
I don't need to read 40 conjunctives in the whole story and
Wow.
one full stop at the end. I'm like,
Oh.
Was there a capital letter at the start there?
there was, but not a single one anywhere else.
Honestly.
It's just one big sentence.
Oh.
Like literally
Fair enough.
20 lines of one sentence.
They
I'm like,
followed the rules correctly.
It's true.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should I? Oh
Have you got any more?
no, but people sent some in
Oh yes, they did.
from our Instagram.
Really?
Yes,
Yeah.
we've done a little poll just to be like
Oh.
I'll
share
get them up
yours.
here.
So yeah, get them up. Go.
That's my first one.
Wow.
Switch it.
This is cool.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for sending them in.
Yes.
So one of them said, I'll read it out loud.
Yeah, read it.
Yes.
Go for it.
Someone said, my biggest ick is snotty kids. Okay?
Ooh.
So today, so this happened a couple of days ago, but today a girl came up to me to hug me, but it was actually a ploy for her to be able to wipe her nose in my shirt.
Oh.
So
No.
I think I would throw up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like that's happened to me where like it's hanging out of the kid's nose. No,
Oh,
in grade,
no.
no, you have no idea how bad grade 1 are. Like,
Oh,
and it's just
no.
like I used to throw the box of tissues at them, like just at their head. Like, just go, just be gone.
No.
Like, no, because
It's when they sneeze and then.
Oh.
no,
And then they
it's on their
cut.
sleeve. No, it's on
Oh!
their it's on
But-
their sleeve.
And then they hand their work to you.
with it all.
Oh.
Right, can we better change
Or they'll
topic
just
here?
have said, "Sorry, miss, that's my sneeze."
Someone said, families that send in their child who is sick.
Yeah, that's definitely happened.
Thoughts?
No, it's definitely happened, and
Everyone
I'm
else
the-
gets sick.
Yeah, I'm the one who catches it.
Yeah.
The other kids don't catch it. It's always me.
I mean, my mother definitely sent me in once
Oh, yes,
when I was
yeah.
sick.
Yeah.
Like, just to
Yeah,
get rid of
little
me.
snotty nose, go, you'll be fine.
Thanks,
Mm.
Janet.
Yeah.
And so someone else said leave the no paper in the printer
Mm-hmm.
/ photocopier.
Yes. Miss Sarah.
Someone
Sorry.
said, I'm assuming HOD's head of department.
Mm-hmm.
Hypocrisy, big word, from head of department. Whatever that means. What's that mean? Hypocrisy from head of department.
I mean, like when they tell you to
Yeah.
do something, and but they
They don't
Or
do
not-
it
yeah,
themselves.
yeah.
Yeah.
Probably.
Mm.
Like they're like micromanaging you, but it's something they don't do. Yeah,
Oh, interesting.
maybe.
SLT teaching huge hours.
Oh yeah.
What's that?
sorry.
SLT teaching huge hours.
So like the senior leadership, because they've so much else to do.
Yeah.
But if they have to also teach, they can't do their
Yeah.
job.
Yeah,
which,
yeah.
No, that is it's maybe
Yeah.
more of a red flag than.
I well, to be fair, we did say red flag
Yeah, we
/
did.
X
Yeah. So,
slash.
but I would agree with that because they need time out of class to do their work, and because it affects us if they're not able to do their part as
Yes.
leadership, we're not going to get the benefit from it either. So
Yeah.
no, I
Yeah.
agree. Good comment.
Yes, very good comment there. I'll not say who it was from, but they know who they are. Yes, they'll definitely watch
You're
it.
famous.
Oh, sorry.
Any more?
Last one.
Mm.
School is outstanding. I'm assuming this is like from Ofsted.
Yeah.
If Ofsted say they're outstanding,
Ah.
Ooh.
but there's a but in this one.
Uh-huh.
But the behaviour is crazy, like in the school.
Oh
Oh.
yes. Yeah.
I feel like this is from personal
But why would
experience.
that happen?
Yeah. I don't know
Would
what
it just
to
because
say.
someone knows someone, or does that happen?
Maybe.
Yeah, it's all about who you know
I
sometimes.
think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm assuming that's what they meant.
Or just
I
the
think so.
the
Yeah.
the misbehaved just didn't appear that day?
Yeah. Wow.
Conveniently, they were all off sick.
Yeah. How convenient. Right.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
all. What
Those
we,
were good.
yeah, that's all we
Yeah.
got from
Nice.
But feel free to
Thank
send
you.
in some more. You never know when we might talk
Yeah.
about it again.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna move on to our worst experiences
Mm.
now. So your student teaching days
Mhm.
or your teaching days for you too.
Because
So-
we're old.
Because you're old. So I'll start.
Yes.
So my worst experience was, can I say when? No, I'll not say when. And I'll say when it was.
For,
They'll follow
for
me up.
Nora's fans that are watching.
For my fans. So I got told on placement I wasn't allowed to smile at any of the kids or laugh with them or anything. I just had to stand there like this.
Like for forever?
Oh, like just like for when I was there, like
Oh.
whatever how many weeks it was. I don't know how many weeks it was. Yeah.
Wow.
So they just told me, and I laughed at them. So I thought they were joking.
Yeah.
So I literally laughed. I
Yeah.
was like, "Oh, that's hilarious!" Like, oh,
Yeah.
and they're like, "No, very serious."
Like I've heard, don't smile to Christmas,
Yeah.
but
But isn't that like that's just
Yeah.
an extreme advice? Just being
like
strict.
just be strict.
Yeah, but like they said, like, oh, don't smile at them. Like
So
seriously.
literally don't smile.
Oh, they like pulled me up and like.
Was it? Had you already started, or
Oh,
were you?
no, this was like after the lesson. They told me.
So apparently you were too smiley.
Yes.
Oh.
Which is. So they did this. They literally went like this. And I went over and I was like, yes. And they're like, don't smile at the kids. And I went, okay. And that.
I mean, if I didn't laugh, I'd cry.
Yeah.
I said that to you the other day
I don't really miss
when
it.
you were going up the stairs.
What?
I said to your kids, "Oh, Miss," I said, "Miss Sarah, if you didn't laugh, you'd cry." and then one of her kids dropped all their food everywhere,
Yeah.
and I was like, "Oh, great."
Oh
So
yeah, it
that
was.
yeah. So
That was
Poor
one of
child.
my
Oh.
first experiences.
oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It was
Well,
great.
You can smile
you-
here.
I know I can, but cheers. I was like,
Yeah, and you can laugh.
yeah, I couldn't believe it. I think I was more stunned than anything. to be
Yeah,
honest.
that is unusual.
Yeah.
Because you have to change everything then, like how you teach.
Oh yeah.
You can't just go from being happy, you know.
No, then you're
positive.
thinking all the time, oh,
Yeah.
don't smile,
Yeah.
and then
And
you're
you're like,
not.
oh no, dead serious.
But then maybe me, I was like so stubborn. I was like,
Oh,
well,
yeah.
I'm not gonna do that. So I was
No.
like, doing that. Oh, so silly. Very
Yeah.
silly behavior.
Well, mine throws off from yours, so
Mm.
mine's through student placement as well. So like, I had a lesson observation. Well, it was my crit. So like, you call it that, right? Crit.
What?
Crit.
It's great.
Oh what?
Like,
Criticism.
no, it's like the lesson of the observation where you pass or fail it.
Oh no,
Your
we don't.
tutor.
We don't.
Oh, we
have
just
that.
call it a
Well,
lesson
we just call it
observation.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Crit?
Maybe that's from my mom
Crit.
from her time teaching. She called it crit.
Like CRIT.
Teaching crit. Yeah.
Oh.
Maybe short for criteria. Anyway.
Oh.
Jennifer helps like
Jennifer, what does it mean?
Yeah, what was I saying? Oh yeah, it was the lesson observation, and then, but I mean, I had a really hard time that placement. It was dark time. But like, my tutor came in. She was lovely. She came in, but like the whole lesson was just like, you know, when it just falls apart. And I just remember being like, I want to run away. Like I want to run out of this classroom, you know. And but she was so nice. She was so gracious. She knew something was up. And actually, like I don't know. I feel like every student's teacher has difficult placements.
Oh yeah.
Oh yes.
But, like,
You need one.
You
Yeah.
You need one.
Yeah.
It'll make or break you.
Yeah.
But
it-
it broke me. Nearly broke me.
Yeah, I wasn't asked not to smile, but it was just
Yeah.
like, you know, the term, I found out this term, gaslighting.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
So
I,
great.
right.
Yeah.
I actually don't really know what it means.
It doesn't it mean when you think that you're the one that's crazy? They're
Yeah.
making you feel
They're
like you're the
making
one.
you think,
Yeah, that was literally it.
Yeah.
It was a
Oh, yeah.
gaslit placement.
That's
like,
a very
oh,
Gen Z
yes.
thing to say.
yeah,
I'm very
I
proud of
like
you,
that
Sarah.
term. I wish I had that.
I'm proud of you, Sarah.
Time.
I'm really proud of you.
Yeah.
But like you said, like everyone needs that. And actually, when you go through a tough time, then you're more. With your kids, you can be like, you know, I've gone through a tough time, so can you. You can pull through. You can
Resilience.
get there.
Yes.
Yes.
I didn't have much resilience. I actually dropped out of that place, but you repeated.
But I feel like sometimes you have to though.
Yeah.
Oh, I had
for your
to.
own mental
Yeah,
health.
yeah.
It's just not worth it staying
Oh,
in
yeah.
a toxic environment.
Well,
It's
I
really
dropped
not.
out and I went to really nice school.
Yes.
So there you go.
Yeah. And you went back to do your second
Yes,
placement there.
I did,
So
yeah.
like that's what
They'll be watching.
they'll watch.
Yeah, they know.
I feel like I know them because I've heard so much about it.
No, they're great.
Sounds wonderful.
Yeah. Well, actually,
Yeah.
following on my one, the next one was amazing. I mean, the class teacher, she was Australian. She was lovely.
Oh.
She was. I just copied everything she did, and I actually learned
Yeah.
the most from her.
Yeah.
And then my tutor from the previous one, when she saw me after, she's like, "You've done really well. You know,
Yeah.
good job.
Yeah.
You're much better now."
Yeah, they're very
you know.
encouraging in my
Yes.
school
You
as
need
well.
Yeah.
a mentor who's amazing. My first placement, my mentor, I still talk to her,
Yeah, I still talk to
and
mine,
she
yeah.
like I learned a lot from her. too.
Yeah.
Like she was amazing you know when you first go in and they're like, oh, observe
Yeah.
first. So I stood at the back of the room and I was like,
You stood.
yeah,
Oh, I sat down.
awkwardly,
I was like,
you know, like awkwardly stood, and she was
No, I
like,
stood too, and it's
she
like,
was-
what do you do with
I know.
yourself?
And she said, no, right, you need to get into it, straight into it, go and teach.
Yeah.
I'll tell you how it is.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, no, let's go, just start. 'Cause
Nice.
Yeah,
That's what you need sometimes.
You do
a little
need
bit
to.
of
That's
this.
true, because you're always thinking of, oh, one day I'm going to teach, one day I'm going to
Yeah.
teach. Just go and do it.
I think as well, the kids know you're a student teacher,
Yes.
and when they see you standing awkwardly, they're like, oh, why am I going to listen to them?
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
That's,
No.
yeah,
I learned from, sorry, this is like really like sidetracked,
it's
but
fine.
my mentor last year, she taught me that when you do the register, just give them all a number and just tell them the
I'm doing
count.
that this year.
Yes, I'm doing it. Just tell them the count, and then they go through their
wonderful.
number, and you don't have to waste
Nice.
any time by saying good morning or
Yeah.
just go right. Grade
Number
5,
one,
count for me.
start.
Yeah,
That's
count for
fine.
me, grade
Yeah.
5, and then they'll start.
I know.
Oh,
There's always one though that's like half asleep. But
yeah.
I know.
I'm like,
are you here, number 13?
number 13, where are you? And they're like, oh,
Yeah. I'm here.
yeah, no, that's one of the
Yeah.
little things that they don't teach you at uni.
No, they don't.
Yeah.
No, you
Shout out
definitely.
Kate, thanks for teaching me.
You definitely learn more on placement than you do at uni, for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
What's your worst experience?
So I've had so many. Bit of a rough time, but I think my whole first year teaching probably wasn't the best. The school I was in, the people I worked with were incredible, and without them, I definitely would not have survived that year. And I just so many times where I tried different things because first year teaching, you're like, oh, you're on your own for the first time, and I had an incredible TA, and she just was like, no, like just go for it, just try like what to do and stuff. And a few experiences where I just was like, this is awful. Like, and probably one of the worst was my kids were outside.
She's like, oh.
my kids were outside a break and they were playing football.
Yeah.
And two of them came back to class with the cones on their heads from the pitch, and I'd had enough. Like that morning, they were talking, they weren't listening, and I was like, right, I've had enough of this. We're going straight to head teacher now. Like, come with me. So I stormed out of the room with these two kids and left the TA with the rest. I was like, if I was back. So stormed them through the school, and the school I was in, you had to go through the assembly hall to get to the head teacher. So I mean, there was like kids doing a PE lesson. I took these two kids straight through the assembly hall, got to the head teacher, knocked the door. The head teacher, the assistant head, and a lady from the local authority were having a meeting. And I just knocked the door, and I was like, I'm so sorry to interrupt, but I've just had up to here and like etc. Explain their behaviour, whatever. I turned around, they still had the cones on their heads. They had walked. I had marched two kids through the whole school with cones on their heads.
Well, there's evidence.
Yeah.
There you go.
Literally, and I was like,
You weren't lying.
this is the worst thing.
That's so funny, though.
It just was like, I could die. At this moment, I was like, just.
Like, are they big cones or are they like the little ones?
No,
The really tall ones.
the really, the big orange ones that like sit
Like
on
the road ones?
the road cones, literally. And they were
Are they
wearing.
heavy?
Yes, they were wearing them like hats. Like they didn't even come off; they were stuck on their heads. Like
That beats hers.
Oh, yeah,
I know,
100%.
but that was terrible. I've learned definitely from mistakes that was.
But you do. I mean,
I know, like in
Everyone
the,
makes
and-
mistakes.
I know, and in the
Yeah.
moment, I was like, I just had so much that it's like,
well, that's the thing as well. And you know, if you're given how many kids were in your class?
Yeah.
30.
Well, there you
too
go.
big,
I mean, like,
30.
yeah.
I know.
Too big.
Like, no.
and
too
it
big.
really does something
Yeah.
to your mental health.
Oh, it
too.
does.
It
Oh,
shatters
mine
you.
was shocking that year. Like, to the point of really bad.
Oh yeah.
Like, really, really
Mine's
bad.
just the same
Yeah.
in that placement.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it was awful. Like I went home at
Yeah.
Christmas and it was
Yeah.
just like I didn't want to go back to uni at
No,
all. Like my
no.
mum didn't want to drop me off at the boat.
Yeah.
Like she's like, no. I went in the boat at home. Like I went in the boat back.
That
8-hour boat.
That 8-hour boat from
Oh.
Liverpool. No.
On my own, it was
No,
awful.
Yeah.
But I as well, that placement, I was like, I don't want to be a teacher, and I'd wanted to be a
No.
teacher
Yeah.
since I
Yeah.
started school,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
ever since then.
And
I
it's
was-
so sad that experience just makes you like, you
Yeah.
can't.
But like
And, yeah.
the other girls that were in placement with me, they felt the
Mm.
same. So I figured it wasn't just
Yes.
me. Like
No,
Yes.
and that's how you know it's not just you.
Yeah.
yeah,
And like the school I was in, like the girls all felt like we uplifted and supported
Yes.
each other. But like I was going to school for 6:30 in the morning and staying to 6 in the evening,
That's
going
too
home,
much. That's
making
too
dinner,
much.
doing work, and I was just so
You did work
overwhelmed.
even when you went home.
Sometimes, yeah, I know. Like it was trying to keep on top of marking, and like, and I've got so much better now that I'm like, on a Monday I mark this, and Tuesday I do this, and like I have to do that. Otherwise, like I was trying to do everything, and it just doesn't work. You know?
No.
Absolutely
And
not.
like work-life balance is
Exactly.
so needed.
You need
yeah.
you need to just go and do something else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Find a
I know.
hobby,
Like
whatever.
on
Yeah.
placement, like last year, because it was like the final placement,
Mm.
and I was teaching everything.
Yeah.
I would, because I'd never done that before, like
No,
in other
yeah.
placements. So I was like, and I made sure I went to badminton.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
There,
Yeah.
I
I
still
know.
went
Like
to
you
the
have to
there.
do stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause you just drive yourself crazy.
Oh yeah.
And I hate being in the house. So
Mm.
I like going out of the house.
I went to the gym, and it was
Wouldn't
a
do that.
no, it was a cute one because it was like older people were at it, so no one was looking at anyone and
Granny
like,
gym.
Sarah and the grannies.
oh yeah,
Love it.
it was really good. I was on the way
Chair
home
aerobics.
and oh,
Armchair.
I love the step machine, like an escalator. That was me.
How Sarah did.
Sorry, I keep slapping my knees. Sorry.
Oh, but the treadmill, man, I don't
yeah.
understand. I don't understand.
I don't
treadmills.
understand the gym, but anyway, that's a different thing for another day.
Yeah. I feel like observations always go a bit.
Yeah, because you feel like there's someone watching you.
Yeah,
right?
and they know. I
Oh,
think the kids know.
Oh, they know.
They know someone else.
Like when
is in
the
there.
lecturer
Yeah.
from university would come in,
Oh.
my mentor would always be like, right, someone's coming in to see.
And I'm like, don't tell them.
I know.
Just like.
But it
relax.
was yeah.
Yeah.
Who
Who is that? That's always
Mm-hmm.
yeah. But no, but some of worst experience were funny. We laugh now, but
Exactly. Yeah.
yeah. And then some we learn from. Like
Yeah.
I'm a much better teacher now than I was my
Oh,
first
yeah.
year.
That's good. You're doing the job well then.
Oh,
You can see the improvement.
oh,
Mhm.
I can. It wouldn't be hard, but no, but yeah. No,
Right.
Yeah.
We end it.
I think so.
Yes.
Okay, how do I end this?
I think we've waffled enough for today.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching and bye.
Thanks for watching. See you next week.
Yes. Bye.
Bye.
Like and subscribe.
Please.
Please.
Please
Follow Instagram.
donate some mics.
Oh yes. Follow Instagram and TikTok.
Woo!